Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Planet Zoo. My name is Chris and this is the second episode of Perseid's Zoo, our sandbox zoo here. And today we're building the guest welcome area, basically a place where when the guests first come into the zoo, there's a number of information kiosks, service buildings, bathrooms, a couple exhibits thrown here and there. Basically for the guests to congregate, have kind of a initial landing space, welcome center kind of thing. I envision this building as being kind of modern, so I'm going to be using a lot of the New World architecture pieces, lots of glass, lots of dark wood, dark metal. Just kind of give it that new age or modern feel and look to it. I love these glass windows I just put in there. The kind of, I think they're supposed to be like veins on a leaf. I just love how they look. They're kind of asymmetrical design to them. I believe I use them elsewhere throughout the park, but I like the texture that it creates. So yeah, we use those there on the window. You can see I'm kind of still learning where things are, what kind of materials are around. When I play games, I generally don't prepare. I just go for it and see what happens. I'm sorry if that's not your play style and that this is just incredibly frustrating to watch me place things and then delete them and then replace them. But that's how I play, is just, oh yeah, let's try this, see if this looks good. That doesn't look good, we're gonna delete it all. I don't think there's a whole lot of deleting things in this episode. I could be wrong. Again, I recorded these about a month ago, so everything's a little bit foggy in terms of just exactly what I did. So we're watching it for the first time together. Yes, that's how this goes. But yeah, like I said, lots of dark kind of colors contrasting with the natural wood, dark natural wood here. You know, metal contrasting with the wood. Right, yeah. Make it sound like I had a plan. Boy, I spent a long time on just this one little accent piece. I think we got it. Did we get it? Or are we happy? I don't think we are, because that's not really how I remember it. Ending up at that. So I think we're going to do a little more finagling here. It looks good in the end, I promise. Oh, there's the grid going away, just turning into a giant yellow blob. I don't think that's fixed yet. I don't necessarily dislike having a super finite grid, but at the same time, I don't like that it just loses my grid. It's like there's a couple things in here that have been fixed in Planet Zoo, and then they carried it over to Planet, or sorry, they were fixed in Planet Coaster, and somehow ended up in Planet Zoo. It's like, did you guys not use the same source, repository? Did the fork happen early enough off in the development that you guys couldn't merge anymore, or what happened? But anyway, I'm not gonna rail on them too bad. Well, maybe I will. Yeah, I think we go back to the zebra stripes down for the bottom. That's right. Yeah, those look pretty sharp. I did like how that looked better than the, I believe it was the Asian themed wood pieces there. And it looks more like a zebra, more zoo-like. um, there's a lot of cool little pieces in here that you can have fun with. Like I said, it's a lot of, I just go into it and see what I see, and if I like it, it goes on the building. No rhyme or reason sometimes. I do like these little vents. Those are pretty sharp. I think I've used them elsewhere throughout the park. Actually, I know I've used them elsewhere throughout the park. What am I saying? I built the park. I should know what I put in it, right? Sometimes. If you hear pitter patter of feet, that's my dog walking around wondering why I'm talking to myself. I think it makes him nervous. Yeah, he's kind of looking at me like, Chris, what are you doing? Why are you talking to yourself? You never talk to yourself. Do you need to see a psychiatrist to talk things out? I don't know what that word means. But I am very concerned for you, Chris. You should give me some of those treats on your desk. That would make me less concerned. Okay. High five. There you go. My favorite trick that I have taught my dog is that I can say high five and he'll come up and hit my hand. And then he gets a treat. So I guess he likes that trick as well. Anything that gets him treats. He will be the best and most well-behaved dog in the face of the planet. As long as you're holding a treat. Yeah, I kind of just follow this back to the game we're playing. So I kind of just follow this design all the way around for all the walls. This, I guess, zebra bottom with the, I don't know what you want to call it, sunscreen windows. We'll go with that. Zebra bottom and sunscreen windows. Trademark. Yeah, the steel beams also in this game are kind of nice, just for architectural purposes, especially for modern buildings. I don't actually think I use these. I think I found something cooler. Yeah, because I was trying to finish up the, spoiler alert. Oh, look at this. But anyway, I didn't like how this glass awning was coming out. I couldn't figure out a good way to connect it where it still looked modern and cool and not like a glass modern thing that just got slapped onto the front of the building. So eventually I used two of these things. I think they're like zebra neck statues, and then grab those. Yeah, these guys right here, these leaf metal overhang awning things. Colored them a nice dark color. Kind of slid them in here. I think it looks really sharp with the excuse me again. I think it looks really sharp with the zebra necks there. Just kind of as a not too overpowering, overbearing. Then trying to put horns on it. Yeah, we're talking about being subtle and nice, and let's put the horns on it because I came from Texas. We put horns on everything. But anyway, yeah, like I was saying, it's not overbearing, not distracting. At least I feel that way. You guys might feel otherwise. Then trying to find again some like centerpieces to kind of stick out here. Eventually settled on the yeah, the elephant and the baby elephant here. Um, really cool looking little statue. Uh, of course, you know they're running into the welcome center, so it creates kind of a movement dynamic. You know, you go with them into the welcome center, and they both look very happy to be going into the welcome center, going into the zoo with you. So I think they're a good choice uh, on statues there for the front. Now I was looking for like an information building to drop down here. I was going to put it in the middle, but I think it kind of broke up the flow. So eventually we just kind of dropped it on the side, but we're still kind of going around here, building out the walls, getting the entire outside layout of this building put into place. Oh yes, the select tool is gave us. If you played before some of the patches, you know the select tool was being very finicky for a while there. Um, that's all good. They fixed it. I can't gripe on them if they actually do fix things. I wish it was fixed on release, but you know. It's a big complicated game. It's got a lot of moving parts, so I guess it's okay if it's broken for a little bit. I love that they have interiors for the staff buildings now. I wish they had interiors for or sorry, not interiors, like these little outside windows for some of the other buildings as well, because I think it'd be really neat. For example, like your chief beef, to have maybe a like when we had restaurants in Planet Coaster, to have interiors like that rather than you just go into the void. If you remember there, they just kind of walked into a black hole. So So yeah, it'd be nice if we do get restaurants in the future, or even hotels, if they give us interiors like they've done these staff rooms, that would be amazing. So yeah, and then just quickly kind of getting the layout of the building settled down here. Kind of went for a uniform, mirrored. I don't know. Again, I'm not an architect. I'm a software developer, so I have no idea what I'm talking about half the time when I say architectural terms. Yeah, kind of like a mirrored version of the building where it's kind of all the same on all corners. I guess, yeah, mirrored sounds right. Sounds good. Yes, we're going with mirrored. But yeah, anyway. So I'm pleased with this building, how the layout came out eventually. You're probably starting to see it now. This kind of inset, and then kind of comes out, and then inset, just kind of all the way around. And yeah, we're dropping our information booth. I think just a memento as well. Drop the veterinary clinic. At least I think that's the vet. It's got a hospital sign on it. Again, I play in Sandbox. I have no idea what half this stuff is sometimes. I think I was just checking out the signs there. There was no like, oh, what do these do? Because again, like I said, I just kind of go all in without ever researching anything. Tutorials? Who needs tutorials? We don't need tutorials where we're going. Yeah, this is just kind of fixing the corner here. I had made it a one block instead of two, just kind of making them identical on either side, so that the building has that nice uniform footprint all the way around. Yeah, that's the base layout of our building right there. Um, but looking pretty good if I do say myself. Excuse me. Apparently, recording 2 videos back to back is still not good for my throat. So, ugh. I'm gonna have no voice when my wife gets home. She's gonna wonder what the heck I'm doing. But yeah, now we're gonna start kind of on the landscaping in the front here, making a little gardens. I wanted these to be kind of natural looking, um, kind of wild looking, not too. And we're not at the gardens yet. We're still fighting paths, but it's a great time to talk about it. Anyway, like I said, I wanted the gardens at the front to be um, kind of natural, wild looking, not really like someone just do a whole bunch of seeds and let it grow. Yeah, just fixing paths here. I'm really glad that they do have this kind of aligned to grid path feature. Otherwise, it'd probably make things a lot harder when you're dealing with these little tight spaces. Yeah, they're just going around connecting all the buildings, making sure everything is hooked up. And are we gonna get to our gardens now? No, maybe. Oh no, we're gonna do the interiors. So after that entire tease of telling you what the gardens are gonna look like, we're gonna work on the interior here. We're gonna lay down some walls, hide these staff buildings, drop a door. Again, I wish that kind of contributed towards like guests not caring that there's a staff building there. You know, it's behind a door. Why do you care? Personally, like, I wouldn't. Maybe that's not the case for most people. I don't know. But it seems like, I mean, it'd be understood that, hey, you're in a zoo. There's going to be staff buildings. You know, I feel like if you hide them and they're not front and center and they don't look ugly, most people probably don't care that there's a staff building there. Yep. So I guess we're not getting to the gardens just yet. We're still working on the building and the interior. That's right. I think we build the roof first. I think I finished the exterior of the building, put the roof on, and that's right. Yes, I should probably watch these videos or at least skim through them so I have an idea of what I'm even need to talk about before just saying, hey, we're gonna watch a video here and let's talk about it. Yes, it's more ad-libbed and natural that way, right? That's got to count for something, I'm sure. I like the texture on these metal roofs here. These black metal roofs. I think they're recolorable, so you can color them whatever you want. But I like that kind of little bit of a worn down texture. It looks sharp, in my opinion. Yeah, this was actually trickier than I thought it would be, trying to figure out how to get a little roof piece in here that looked good. Eventually, yeah, I think I just settled for that and just kind of, what I really wanted was just kind of like a slight uptick on the roof, and then to have kind of a window to let natural light in throughout the day, which is kind of what you're seeing here. So you've got the roof, and that brings it into pretty much the innermost wall, and then we'll be dropping a window piece up there, which I'm sorry, I know I said I should not gripe on this game anymore, but somehow my grid got off. I think it's right in here is where I realized it, and it was just off by just a little bit of a hair, but it made enough of a difference that the windows when I came back around didn't line up perfectly, so I had to delete a chunk of the windows and like try all over again. I don't think I actually had it recorded. I think I was like in rage mode when that was happening. So there might be a unexplained cut here in a little bit. I don't think I've realized it yet, but I know it was over on that back side to the right now. The grid came off, and it screwed some things up. I think this is where I'm starting to realize something went wrong, because I couldn't get this to line up right. But I don't think I realized something went wrong. I think it's just like, oh, these pieces don't fit. Which is why I'm spending so much time trying to get these to line up. That's right, I did add those up there too. So yes, we're not quite at the realization. I think the grid, yeah, this is I think where the grid really did start screwing up on me, and I hadn't realized it yet. My inevitable doom. It's coming. Play the theme of Jaws right about now. Donut, donut. I'm pretty sure the grid is fine right up to here, and then when I start turning, I believe the grid. Or I could be completely misremembering, and maybe. No, I think. I don't know. Yes, here it is. This is where it starts. This is the horror. Ah, it's off. It's no good. The problem is, like, you can't use the advanced move when you have one of these architecture pieces selected, so you can't, like, just kind of finagle it and kind of tweak it in there. So you just have to keep, like, deleting things and hoping your grid snaps back eventually. Yeah, see how it, like, keeps kind of, like, wibble-wobbling there, and I've got, like, this big gap on the window corner there. Yeah, there it is again. Yeah. Fun times, this game, let me tell you. There it is. We're good. Okay. Ah, it's looking good. Oh, yeah. So yeah, the grid was a lot of fun for the first few days of this game. And then yeah, we just create kind of these big windows here, just kind of duplicating them around since we don't have that roof piece selected. And oh yeah, I think the grid's just a little bit off there too. So you can kind of see it's not lining up perfectly, so we just kind of go into that minuscule grid and undo, redo, and yeah, fun times at Perseid Zoo. Just blame it on the contractors. The darn contractors don't know how to measure a right angle cut if it came up and cut them itself. I don't know if that sounds like a contractor voice or something. Yeah, I did have trouble trying to figure out like how to finish this off. I think I did settle with it going all the way around, but not how it's bulged out like this. I think it just stays flat. Yeah. The one thing for, not planning, they actually did line up surprisingly well. more fighting the grid. It's like a Tron movie or something. You gotta fight the grid, man. Gotta get to the MCU, or it's the MCU, right? Yeah. You guys all probably think I'm crazy. I don't remember why I inset them like this. I think maybe just add a little bit of texture. Oh no, that's right, because I came inside and they weren't lined up with the piece, and I had that little, excuse me, I had that little kind of lip sticking out over the top on the roof that I didn't like. So I came in and pulled them all in, which I actually think looks kind of neat, because now you've got this little overhang on the interior that creates a little bit of dynamic light shading, that kind of shadow there, where I imagine in real life they would tuck like some lights, or have some HVAC or something running through there. But for here, it kind of adds a nice little texture. At least I think it does. And don't you say otherwise. If I say it looks beautiful, it's beautiful. But anyway, yeah, I was trying to find a little tiny like piece just to go up in there. But yeah, while I was at it, just kind of pulled these I-beams in. And I think slid that up, and I think I slid the whole thing up. Yeah, there it is. Just kind of tucked it in there, or not. Yeah, or not. Oh yeah, then I was trying to find like a footing for this. But now the concrete is colorable, which is shocking. I'm surprised by the number of things that they left uncolorable in this game. But anyway, back to the I-beams. They're a good little out for a lot of things, it seems. And they look really sharp. So yeah, I was originally thinking of putting just like a big glass roof on top of this whole thing. I think I got parts of it built, as you'll see here. I just really didn't like how it looked. I felt like it kind of clashed a little bit too much, yeah, with the bottom and the kind of roof design that I already had going. So I think we just settled for the metal roof, slightly more pitched. The tricky part was the top pieces of the... Oh yeah, this is right. The grid was off as well. The top pieces are... the top pieces of vertical wood there are not on the inside of the grid, which I think, yeah, here we go. We're just going to delete them all. Or, no, we set them in. That's right. Yeah. We're not going to set that in. I know we tried. Because it leaves us a little bit of a gap. I'm pretty sure I keep saying we. It's the royal we. Don't you forget, Lord Perseid is royal we, I guess. No, I think we just like snapped them back in once we got our grid back. And just went around, put the edging down, or trim. Is trim? Is it edging, trim? Eave. It's an eave. That's right. Again, these architectural terms elude me. The mysteries of making buildings look pretty. Yeah, I find that there's a lot of this realign the grid, or select grid, select grid, select grid, select grid. Yeah, I think we just went around and deleted everything for a minute there. Yeah, starting to take more of the finished shape here. He's going around still checking the eaves, putting the roof on now. I guess we're done checking the eaves. I think we only did one level up, dropped another eve on. I'm gonna have fun saying that word now. Yes, that sounds sophisticated, like I know what I'm doing. Yes, we put the eaves on, and all of a sudden the building was taking much better shape. Look at that. It's like I actually planned things and I knew what I was doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just kind of go with the flow. But anyway, yeah, so here we go. We're putting in some skylights. I didn't want to do the whole thing in skylight, just because I didn't want a glass ceiling, essentially. So I think we just do like a little, little like pop-up roof glass thing. If there's a technical term to what the heck this thing is that I'm building, by all means let me know. And I will use it from now on. But for now, pop-up roof glass thing. That's the official term we use here at the zoo. Yeah, I was trying to find the little, there they are, those guys. Roof trim piece. You know, something that if you're up there, you're having to clean those windows, you don't step too far back to admire your handiwork and end up, you know, falling off the roof. Yeah, I think that looks better, because now that's hidden underneath. And yeah, we put some more of these little roof trim things up there. Still gets the same kind of illusion perspective look, feel, without having that kind of I don't know, maybe call it a nose on the ceiling there. Yep, now we're just going around adding some lights, making this thing look pretty, and oh my gosh, that's a light. Some of these lights are incredibly overpowered when you first drop them. Which if you have a light like this one where it's a little bit too bright, I think we did go through this, and or no, it's not these ones. I actually like these ones now that I zoomed back inside. I love the little texture it gets from those like bent windows. I don't know what to call them. Grates, metal grate windows. Let's call them that. But I love that texture it has at night. I mean, I think that looks really cool. Like I said, Frontier made a beautiful game here. Their lighting engine is phenomenal. Their textures and art assets are gorgeous. They just need to work on a little bit of the stability issues. But all that can be fixed in time. I'd rather have a pretty game that's a little bit unstable than a god ugly game that's you know, runs like clockwork. But yeah, just dropping these around again. That lighting looks so cool. Yes, to be, you know, pat myself on the back. Well done, Chris. That lighting looks amazing. Yes, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it, Chris. Yeah, just tucking lights here and there, giving a little bit more life to this building at night. Oof. Yeah, so if you don't know this already, if you have one of those brighter lights and you change it almost towards black, it tones down the intensity quite a bit. Oh, now I think we're actually finally working on the garden that I said we were going to be working on, I don't know, half an hour ago. Um, but yes, this beautiful, amazing, naturally looking planted garden that I talked about, it seems like half an episode ago, we're finally getting to. You've been dying with anticipation, I know. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, I wanted to make sure that this garden looked somewhat natural, somewhat wild looking, not too. It would look maintained, but um, not really planned. Just kind of thrown out there. Um, Natural, wild, whatever you want to call it. Oh, this is another thing I noticed. I put all the lights on backwards. So we're going to go fix those real quick. Again, this is my little OCD self. You can't have those lights that way, Chris. You have to fix them all. You won't be able to sleep at night. It'll keep you awake. So I think I just fixed them on the front of the building. I don't think I actually went through and fixed them on the back. At least not immediately, because I wasn't focused on working on that area yet. I like these new wisteria bushes we have. These the ones without the actual flowers on them. Those are really nice for filling in kind of the gaps. I also like that we got some pretty tall ones too. And again, like I said in the last episode, I love the grasses. I don't think I'm going to plop them down just yet, but I saw them flash up there. And I am so happy we have grasses. I really didn't want anything like growing too much on the building. These ferns are really nice. In real life, I actually love ferns. Fortunately, in the Midwest, where we can't grow a whole lot of them, but we do have a few planted in our garden. Um, they're just pretty, and they're unique looking. Again, like I said, just kind of throwing flowers here and there, looking like somebody just took a handful of seeds and just kind of threw them. Um, but still kind of organized a little bit. It's not just let's pick every bush and drop it down once. Um, Again, I love these grasses. Oh, that makes me so happy every time I see them. Of all the things that I wish that Planet Zoo could send over to Planet Coaster would be these grasses. Um, but we got the workshop. I'm sure somebody's put grasses out on the workshop by now. So yeah, just kind of making sure you can still see the little baby elephant over here. I think the next step is adding in a little water feature. I think I'll probably, yep, there we go. Yes, and look, if you realize from the last episode, I finally figured out how to use this tool. But yeah, just adding kind of a little bit of a pond here. Throw down a bunch of lily pads here in a second, I think. Now these would be like a mosquito nightmare of a pond here. So I wish we had like like fish or something in the game where I could just kind of like throw down some koi into these little ponds, because they would help with the mosquito population quite a bit. Um, but yeah, I didn't put an agitator or anything in here because I wanted them again to look wild and natural. Um, so I just threw down a whole bunch of lily pads, which, lily pads bring frogs, right? They're always hanging out on lily pads, so that'll keep my mosquito population to a minimum, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll have a thriving frog metropolis down there. Yeah, just kind of painting the terrain here, making it look a little bit more natural, blended. Um, Throw down some rocks to give it kind of that realistic feel. I wish we had some more tiny rocks, but they gave us plenty of rocks. A whole lot more rocks than what we got from Planet Coaster. So I'm overall pleased. Now for the inside, I did want it to look a little bit more maintained, just because this is closer to where the guests are walking, what they're seeing, and it'd actually be easier for staff and stuff to kind of get in there and maintain this little area and kind of let the area around the sides here just stay wild. Oh yeah, I did kind of look at throwing in an agitator in here. I do remember that, but I think they're all just way too big. And just kind of, I didn't really like it. So I think eventually these guys just get deleted. Maybe I left them. I can't remember actually, but I think I deleted them. Yeah, they're gone. Yeah, I just felt like, I don't know, it was a little too cluttered and noisy to have the fountains going. So we'll just hope and pray that the frogs do their job and keep the mosquito population down. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Did add a couple little accents to the front here. Added these little metal bars. See, there's a thin little, I think like 4 meter. We'll find them eventually. It wasn't those. Actually, I think maybe it was an I-beam, if I'm remembering. I think I kind of inset the I-beam. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, so you get these little kind of metal accent that goes across the front here, and I think I just kind of duplicated it out for quite a bit. Just add a little bit of extra texture to this flat wall here that's on the front of the building. Yeah, just kind of breaking up the pattern just a little bit. So that should be it. Look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.